Hello y'all, welcome to part 2 of my Santa's Workshop playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod Kaiserredux. In part 1 we built up our country a little bit and made efforts to search for Santa Claus, who at this time is missing. And right now we're doing the focus tourist finances, which should be done in like 13 days. I think, and let's go to our construction tab here and start building some civilian factories in Genman, which we have been relocated to. We kind of set up a base of operations here south of the North Pole, I guess. I think that's how that would work geographically. And yeah, Genman is off the coast of Iceland. It's near Norway, relatively speaking. And I think in real life it belongs to Norway as a island. I could be wrong though. And now let's wait for tourist finances to be done. Good, so let's now start doing Christmas tree export service. So get started on that focus. So let me read here. Creation of the International Avant-Garde, whatever. We are short for capital in this new workshop. And the Russian Republic declared war on the Yalash Order. And it says here, we are short for capital in this new workshop. While some of Santa's coffers were able to be transported, much of the gold still lies in the freezing North Pole. However, we don't have the time to go back there before Christmas begins. We are not lacking in Christmas trees, however, and every family in the world needs one. Well, they're in need of one. Let us begin exporting these trees around the world to fill our pockets enough to keep Christmas thriving. There's a Belgian Declaration of Independence. Not sure how well the Germans are going to react to that. And so once this focus is done here, Christmas tree export service, we'll get 2 civilian factories, so that's a good deal there. Modified a government, what can we really do? I don't know. Go to industrial concern, just get a generic industrial company, just do all that. And that is that. The Congress of RL is taking place. Interesting, so that's going on in like Belgium. Yeah. Belgium is up to something. I don't know what it is, but okay, yeah, they're just up to something. So, Christmas tree export service will be done shortly. And not too much longer there. So, Nij has capitulated in the Arabian Peninsula. So, let's check how that's going over there. I mean, Jabal Shamar just dominated them. I rarely ever notice how big Yemen is in this timeline. They seem bigger than they are in our own timeline. I don't see Yemen that often in this mod. It's there, but I just don't pay attention to that part of the world too much sometimes. And now the Mongolian Khanate's going to get into a bunch of wars over in China with several of its neighbors. Now let's complete the focus. Joy to the world. So it says here, even if Santa is missing, there is no time to be a Grinch. Christmas must go on, and with the preparations we have enacted, it will. So from this, we'll get an event called the Hunt for Santa, and we will replace, the disastrous impact over Santa's loss will be replaced with calming impact over Santa's loss. So basically a national spirit that gives us a debuff. It's going to be lessened in severity, and now let's demobilize our economy because our stability has fallen. This disastrous impact over Santa's loss has been terrible for us because it gives us a debuff of minus weekly stability and minus weekly war support, which is very, very annoying. So Mustafa Kemal seizes power in Turkey, it seems. Syndicalism, in the Ottoman Empire, syndicalism spreads to Burma, and some country joined a faction, I think, in Central Asia, it looks like. And the Union of Burma joined the Eastern Syndicalist Union, which I believe is a faction between them, the Bharatiya Commune here. In the Indian subcontinent, Huey Long is elected president of the USA. I don't think he's going to be able to stop the Second American Civil War, though. Joy to the World is nearly done. It has a few more days to go. Yes, it is. Yeah, it has only a few more, like 3 or 4 days. So that's wonderful. Select a technology to research. Let's go with, say, support weapons 1. So the Hunt for Santa. So it says here in this event, let me read this. Close out everything else. It says here, the time has come. We must finally embark to sweep the magical realm in order to find Santa. We must now decide who we shall turn to in order to help in this quest. But we must be wary, as we may be beholden to whomever we choose. So our choices are: seek help from the elemental miser brothers, join in with the Toy Loyalists led by imposter Toy Santa, and we will find Santa ourselves, and that is the last one. That is what we'll go with. So we'll do that now. So we're going to hunt for Santa without any aid from Toy Santa or the Miser Brothers, which is like the Snow Miser and the Heat Miser, I believe. That's their names. There's two of them. And the Grinch extends a green hand in aid. Yet another event, and it says here, working by ourselves to find Santa has proved fruitless so far, but we did find someone willing to help out in these frozen wastes. Passing by the quaint little town of Whoville, we happened upon an odd green and furry being who smelled something foul. Calling himself the Grinch, he has offered a hand in helping us find Santa. However, many within our party are weary of such an offer. What should we do? We have, I won't touch him with a 39.5-foot pole, or what's the worst that could happen? Accept his offer. Let's go with the first choice here. I won't touch him with a 39.5-foot pole. So we're going to decline. We don't want the Grinch's help in locating Santa Claus. We can do it ourselves for sure. And we can modify our officer corps, but I don't think I'm going to mess with that. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just going to stay away from it. So hopefully we will locate. Okay, speaking of that, Santa is found. Praise all the gods of winter, old and new. We have found Santa at last. It turns out he was imprisoned by his evil doppelganger, Toy Santa, who had kept him right under our noses as he planned to take over the workshop. With Santa finally returned to us, Christmas is saved at last. Santa Claus is coming to town, and from this, Santa Claus will become the leader for the Social Democrats Party, and that makes him leader of the Santa's Workshop nation or country, whatever. And so, Santa Claus, also known as Father Christmas, St. Nicholas, St. Nick, Kris Kringle, or simply Santa, is a historically perhaps legendary individual originating in Western Christian culture who is said to bring children gifts during the late evening and overnight hours on Christmas Eve of toys and candy or coal or nothing, depending on if they have been, quote, naughty or nice. And now we have access to Santa Claus' little his path here. So let's complete Ho Ho Ho. That's been bypassed. And so cookies and milk is the first real focus we'll do here. That will take 35 days. And it says here, it says cookies and milk, the staple of the North Pole. There's a Republican victory in Brazil. Interesting, but whatever. Anyway, yeah. Cookies and milk, the staple of the North Pole. These are Santa's favorite foods. So let's make a lot of them to celebrate his return. We'll make Christmas merrier than ever. And from this, we'll get 3 civilian factories and 3 military factories. I don't know how military factories are involved with manufacturing cookies and milk, but they better be some high-grade cookies. That's all I can say. And now, cookies and milk, that'll be done very soon. Yes, I think we also, just get that done. It's going to be done faster because since we weren't doing a focus for a little while, we built up, I guess, reserve time for doing focuses, like 10 days at most. I believe that's how it works in Hearts of Iron 4. So this shouldn't take too much longer. Get a little bit more time. Let's check on France and the Third International. So the French National State with the Entente and the Commune of France with the TI, the Third International, they're pushing hard into North Africa, aren't they? Like Algiers is on the threat. Tunis has some troops that have landed there. And they now have a port, so that's most likely not going to end well. So cookies and milk is done. Santa Claus is coming to town is the next focus we will do. It says here, conscription crisis in Quebec, whatever. But anyway, Santa Claus is coming to town. There's no time to waste. Christmas is coming soon. I mean, 2nd of January 1937, so I guess soon in the grand scheme of things, I guess. And Santa is itching to set off on his sleigh ride. Ramp up gift production back, ready to reindeer, for there's going to be a sleigh ride soon. And so this will replace common impact over Santa's loss with low impact over Santa's loss. So things are getting more back to normal for Santa's workshop, I guess, from a story standpoint, if you want to see it from that way. And now Concentrated Industry 2 is the next technology we will research. East Turkestan declared war on Kumal Khanate over in China. Yes, that happened. Modified government. Let's get research and production. Go to that. Get a generic arms company. Maybe. Yes, do that, please. And Mongolian Khanate is involved in the big war. China in general at this time just has a lot of fighting going down, especially, I mean, what is going on in Indochina? What? Vietnam is his own thing, but then again, so is Germany stage is fighting the Indo-Chinese Union, who's fighting both the Germany state, Deutsch Ostasien and Germany stage, as well as Vietnam. So I don't know what's going on there, but it is something that is occurring. So now let's complete the focus. We'll start to focus, find out who's naughty or nice. And it says here, when Santa went missing, the naughty or nice list became uncertain. We don't know who managed to get their hands on the list since Santa disappeared. Time to ask the man himself to rectify every single entry on the list. That would probably take a decade or a millennia, depending on how you look at it. So, I mean, it's Santa Claus, though. Anything's possible for him. He can deliver all those presents on Christmas Eve. So this should be a simple task for Saint Nick, as he's known. And so, from this, once it's done, we'll get a national spirit called Santa's List. And that focus will be 35 days. And while I was reading that, or before I was about to read that, a war broke out in the Caucasus region between the North Caucasian state and the Georgian Socialist state. I imagine it's over Abkhazia and Sochi, since I think the North Caucasian state has a claim on Abkhazia. Yes, they do. So that is something that is happening there in that part of the world. And how is North Africa looking? The Third International is continuing to push, or they lost some ground, but they are still advancing there. And there's a standoff in America. The Second American Civil War will most likely occur soon. Yes, it will. Yeah, it definitely will. And let's see here. Tunis. Yeah, they're just not doing too well. The Entente isn't doing too well in the Mediterranean. In fact, I think the French national state lost Corsica. Let's check how much longer we have for find out who's naughty or nice to be done. We have like, what, 2 days? Yep, so it shouldn't be too much longer. It should be objectively not much longer at all. So it is going to give us a national spirit called Santa's List. There we are. Now let's do North Pole postage. And it says here, Santa has never been one for communication. Sometimes the letters sent to Santa are lost in transit, or what is going on in Norway, whatever, or never reach him at all. The Indo-Chinese revolt succeeds. Interesting. Anyway, this cannot be for Santa. This cannot be, for Santa spreads joy to all the little children of the world. We will establish a North Pole postage system to facilitate easier communications between Santa and his little children. And from this, we'll remove a national spirit called Low Impact over Santa's loss. So there's no longer going to be any impact over Santa's loss. And let's check on the Indo-Chinese Union. I'm just curious how that worked out. So Vietnam is gone as a country. They're just poofed. Germany, East Asia is still around, but they lost territory. So that is a big blow to them. So select a technology to research. What can we do here? Let's go for improved machine tools. Do that, yes. So North Pole postage should be done soon. There's the Second American Civil War breaking out now. So that's going on. Yeah. So, what can we do with that happening? I don't know. We could do Lend-Lease. I don't even have any convoys. It's not worth it. It's just simply not worth it. I can't provide anything if I wanted to. How's our army going? Let me see here. My goodness gracious. How much manpower? 14 manpower. We have no hope of actually building an army, do we? We do not. Absolutely do not. Tragically. And, I don't think we do anyway. North Pole postage will be done quite soon. Come on here, though. 7 days left to fall of Algiers. That is a big blow to the Entente, especially the French national state, who controlled that city, Algiers, I mean. So the Commune of France is advancing more and more into what I think is referred to as NFA's territory. National French something there. But anyway, the French national state. Not doing good at all. They've lost Tunis, or they took some ground near Tunis, but Algiers is just a total defeat for them, it looks like. Now, in the focus tree, let's complete Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly. And it says here, While Santa was gone, some of the elves rose up in resistance of their station. They decried Santa, calling him an oppressor. We cannot have such unruly attitude during Christmas. Put them on the naughty list and have Santa deal with each and every dissident. And from this, we'll get a national spirit called Elven Loyalty, which will provide us with 75% construction speed and a factory output of 75%. Those elves, they work hard, let's just say that. They'll just have to work harder. I wonder if you could automate the North Pole. I don't know. I'm just thinking about that. Who needs elves? Who needs elves to make everything at this point? I don't know. It is 1937 though, so I guess they're just efficient for this particular era. And now we have 20 days here, so it has a little bit more time. We have Jingle Bells, Jingles, then Happy Christmas and a Happy New Year. So I think, considering these are both 35-day long focuses, I may just go ahead and complete both of them, probably. I'm thinking of doing that. Yeah, I probably just will do that. So let's head back over here to, oh my goodness gracious, the French national state just got annihilated, didn't they, in Africa? Yep, and now the Commune of France is releasing tons and tons of African puppet states, such as the Malian Commune, and say, who else here? What other countries do we have? Algeria. Does Algeria have a focus tree? I wonder. They have a generic focus tree. I thought they did have a generic focus tree, but I was curious. And Panama declared war on Costa Rica. That's happening. The Chilean-Argentinian war has started. And what else can we do? Modified government. Let me get a aircraft designer, because why not? Collins is ousted from office. And Bolivia declared war on Paraguay. That's going on in South America. Come on, how much longer do we have? 29 more days. To Canada? Oh, Canada occupied Alaska. They did do that, indeed. So that is unfortunate for the Americans, I guess. I mean, they had the whole Civil War thing going on, so I imagine they have bigger concerns than just Alaska, but still, syndicalist revolutionaries in Switzerland, their third international is just going, I don't know, they're so strong at this point. I can't believe the Entente, they got into a war with them so early on. Is this part of Morocco? What are these borders with Morocco? Kingdom of Spain is just like, what the world? That's so... Okay, whatever. Now, build a civilian factory and complete the focus. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Get that done now. So each year, more children write to Santa, and Santa's sleigh simply cannot keep up. We had to make a new design that's concurrent with the times, by borrowing some German rocket designs and using magic to spruce them up. Santa's new sleigh is faster than ever, and this will give us a bunch of research bonuses for nuclear and rocketry technology, and a nuclear rocket-powered Christmas sleigh, well, a nuclear jet-powered Christmas sleigh. I'm just going to say that it would be pretty awesome. It'd be pretty crazy to see, but it would be definitely something to remember. And the Austrian Empire declared war on the Kingdom of Hungary, to Christ on the Danube there. But I think this focus may just mean, like, jingle bells may just mean, say, I don't know, just a rocket-powered sleigh, essentially. Sweden joined the Reichspakt, so good for them, I guess. And let's go check on Hungary and Austria. They're fighting over privileges, I think, or Hungary's position within the Austrian Empire. And also, it looks like now the Polish Republic is going to fight the Galicia Lodomeria. And Illyria, I didn't realize this, they're busy taking on Serbia, or no? Oh, they're just, oh wait, I think I know what's happening. They're fighting Hungarian soldiers in their border, because they happen to be stationed there when the Austro-Hungarian War broke out. So that's kind of awkward. Serbia just has to spectate that whole conflict, and Hungary is probably going to break pretty soon. Their lines just cannot hold forever. And the Spanish Civil War is taking place. Carlos Spain versus the Kingdom of Spain and the CNT Phi there, yes. So, research slot available. Okay, construction 2, get that done. We'll start researching that. And how much longer do we have before jingle bells? Just get it done, please. Go. And why is the focus... Okay, forget it. But we just gotta wait here a little bit more longer, 5 more days to be precise. Then after that, we can do Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And this will be the final focus in this focus tree for us that we'll have access to. That isn't a, say, a continuous generic focus. So it's the last unique focus we have access to, really, as Santa's Workshop. So Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And it says, here, today's today. While it was a rocky road to get here, all the preparations are complete. Santa will ride with his reindeer across the world, giving Christmas spirit to all. And I think when this is done, we'll declare war on every single country in the world, on Earth. I mean, it seems like that, just looking at the description, which is absurd, but okay, I guess that is Christmas spirit in a way, I reckon. So now Belgium has joined the Entente. That's a bold move considering the state of the Entente currently. Okay, Belgium is just going to go at France hard here with Albert I leading them. They are pushing hard. Wow. They're pushing. They may get. I wonder if they'll make it to Paris. I don't know. I do not know. I'm very curious there. So they took Calais, they took Lille, they took Amiens. They're running into resistance, obviously. I can tell by the little question mark bubbles. But they're gaining ground significantly. If they take Paris, I will be so amazed. Just because it came out of nowhere if it did happen. And now Bolivia and Paraguay have signed some peace deal, okay. So they're making... who took this? What happened here? The Kingdom of Canada took Picardy or something? Yeah. The Entente has gained like a moment for a second chance to push in against the Third International after the French national state went down, it seems. But will Belgium hold out? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me too much. I'm just observing all of this. And they're advancing still now into Picardy. And that is something that is happening. Amiens, I think they're running into more resistance now. They're advanced. They're now starting to lose ground. Belgium may frankly end up overextending themselves, which is going to be a mistake on their part. And now Malta has capitulated. What happened to Malta? Who invaded Malta? Improved machine tools is done. That is that. So let me see here. What happened? Oh, they got invaded by the Union of Britain, didn't they? Yes, Oswald Mosley's Britain attacked them. Because I think they were part of the Entente. And now, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Alright, war declarations everywhere. Let me just hit enter here. Just some shortcut to just get this go as fast as possible. Look at this. One at a time. Look at this. This is absurdity. That's crazy. But I think, honestly, I'm just going to end this playthrough here. Even though we're at war with the entire world, we have not a single division or a chance of establishing an army. We have factories, just no manpower at all. And with that said, like I said before, I'm going to end this playthrough here. This has been Santa's Workshop in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod, Kaiserredux. If you enjoyed the mod, you can check it out in the video description. A link to it is there. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed the video itself and this series, I reckon, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.